The movie opens with a young man named Jason, who is engrossed in playing his guitar in his room. Besides being a musician, Jason is also quite an active vlogger. After the summer break ends, Jason and his sister Zoe return to their Catholic boarding school. Upon arrival, they are welcomed by the principal, Sister Rebecca. Elsewhere, a new nun named Sister Sophia watches Jason and his family from the principal's office window. Her gaze suggests she is observing something with great interest. Shortly after, Sister Rebecca approaches Sister Sophia, reminding her of the importance of following the school's strict rules. In a firm tone, Sister Rebecca hands Sophia a handkerchief and instructs her to remove her makeup. After a brief conversation, Sister Rebecca begins giving Sophia a tour of the school. During the tour, Sophia meets Jason and learns that he will be one of her students. Sister Rebecca then escorts Laura to her room to rest. Once alone in her room, Sophia opens her laptop and watches Jason's music video. Her expression changes, her eyes sparkling with passion. She is so captivated that she unconsciously kisses the laptop screen. From her reaction, it is clear that Sophia has known Jason for a long time and is hiding something about her presence at the school. That night, her urge grows stronger. Sophia secretly sneaks into the dormitory just to listen to Jason play his guitar. Laura sits, enjoying the melody Jason plays, as if it is something she has long been waiting for. The next day, the atmosphere in the classroom feels a bit different. A popular student named Sarah starts flirting with Jason in a playful manner. At that moment, Sister Sophia enters the classroom and notices their interaction. Her face changes, her eyes clearly filled with jealousy. With a sharper tone than usual, Sophia scolds Sarah, telling her not to wear lipstick in class. Feeling offended, Sarah reminds Sister Sophia that there are no rules prohibiting students from wearing lipstick in class. However, Sophia ignores her protest. In the schoolyard, Sarah and Jason talk again. Sarah complains about Sister Sophia's strange behavior, saying she seems too suspicious. Their conversation grows more intimate until they end up alone together. But suddenly, Sister Sophia appears, her face filled with anger. She immediately orders Sarah to return to class and warns her to stay away from Jason. Sophia's gaze is sharper than before, as if she is hiding something more than just ordinary frustration. After school, Sister Sophia calls Jason to her room, using the excuse that boys are not allowed to visit the girls' dormitory, especially the nuns' quarters. However, despite knowing it breaks the rules, Jason still goes. When he arrives at Sophia's room, he finds the door slightly open. Curiosity gets the best of him and he peeks inside, only to see something shocking. Sister Sophia is standing there, dressed in a bright red outfit after taking off her nun's habit. Jason tries to pretend he didn't see anything, but it's obvious that Sophia intentionally let herself be seen that way. Panicked, Jason immediately rushes away, his heart pounding fast. That night, Jason couldn't sleep. Thoughts of Sister Sophia kept swirling in his mind. He even found himself fantasizing about being with her. Meanwhile, Sophia had other plans. She snuck into the girls' dormitory once everyone was asleep. Carefully, she slipped a cigarette into Sarah's textbook, a sneaky trick to get her expelled from school. But her plan was nearly exposed. Sister Rebecca happened to pass by and saw Sophia wandering around the dorm. Quickly, Sophia made up an excuse, claiming she was just checking the students' rooms for security. Rebecca eyed her with suspicion. There was something off about Sophia's behavior, but in the end, the principal let her go without further questioning. The next day, in class, Sister Sophia asked the students to open their textbooks. That's when Sarah accidentally found a cigarette hidden inside hers. The entire class was stunned, and Sister Sophia immediately fixed a sharp gaze on her. "Sarah, come with me to the principal's office now," Sophia said firmly. Sarah panicked. With a trembling voice, she insisted that the cigarette wasn't hers. But the school had strict rules, and without much consideration, Sarah was immediately suspended. Meanwhile, the school conducted a thorough inspection of the dorms. During the search, they found a bottle of alcohol in Jason's room. This time, it was Jason who got into trouble. However, unlike Sarah, Sister Sophia seemed much more lenient with him. During discussions with the school staff, she managed to convince them to give Jason a lighter punishment. In the end, he was only assigned to clean the school over the weekend. But behind that decision, Sister Sophia had another motive. She wanted to make sure Jason stayed at school over the weekend. A flashback reveals Sophia's growing obsession with Jason. Secretly, she began investigating his life, even looking into another nun named Sophia who had once worked at the school. Not long after, the real Sister Sophia mysteriously disappeared. And now, the new Sister Sophia, who had replaced the missing one, turned out to be her twin sister, an impostor. Then, Sister Sophia appeared at school, specifically while Jason was serving his punishment, cleaning the school grounds. Strangely, that weekend, Jason wasn't alone. His younger sister Zoe was also at school. As time passed, the interactions between Jason and sister Sophia became increasingly strange. She started showing up around Jason more often, trying to get close to him in unusual ways. Even when Jason was asleep in his room, he felt something was off. When he woke up, Jason was shocked to find sister Sophia standing in the corner of his room with an unreadable expression. "You need someone to listen to your story, don't you?" she said in a soft yet chilling voice. Jason tried to keep his distance, but sister Sophia's behavior became even harder to predict. She kept insisting that she was the only one who truly understood his feelings. But eventually, Jason realized something was seriously wrong with all of this. He felt that there was something off about sister Sophia and began distancing himself. That was when Zoe caught sister Sophia in Jason's room. "What are you doing?" Zoe shouted. Sister Sophia looked startled, but within seconds her expression returned to calm. "You're misunderstanding, Zoe," she said with a small smile that only made the situation feel even weirder. Zoe didn't back down. She immediately told Jason what she had just witnessed. After that incident, Sister Sophia's attitude changed drastically. She started treating Zoe harshly, even giving her bad grades for no apparent reason. Feeling more confused than ever, Jason finally decided to seek guidance. He needed to talk to someone about everything that had been happening, but to his shock, the person who listened to his concerns wasn't a priest. It was Sister Sophia herself. That conversation only dragged Jason further into confusion. That weekend, Jason tried to forget all his worries by going to a party. Sarah, who was also at the party, tried to get close to him, but for some reason, Jason's mind kept being haunted by the strange events at school. Feeling increasingly unsettled, he left the party with a bottle of alcohol. Not long after, the police found him in a suspicious condition. However, before things got worse, Sister Sophia suddenly appeared and spoke with the authorities to defend Jason. Instead of taking him home, she took him to a hotel. "We can start a new life," Sister Sophia said with a hopeful tone. "I have enough money to take us to Paris. No one can stop us." That was when Jason finally realized just how bizarre this situation had become. Firmly, he refused and told her that all of this was wrong. "I can't, sister," Jason said heavily. "What you're doing isn't right." Sister Sophia's expression changed. There was deep disappointment in her eyes, but Jason didn't care anymore. He immediately left the place and called Zoe for help. As Jason was on the phone with Zoe, his father approached him and finally learned everything that had happened. However, instead of being angry, his father offered his support, especially for Jason's dreams in the music industry. Despite all the strange things that had happened, one thing was certain. Jason now knew that he had to choose his own path in life, free from anyone's influence. After returning to school, Jason found Sister Sophia lying unconscious in her room. He immediately panicked, thinking she had tried to commit suicide by overdosing on pills. But it turned out to be just a trick to get Jason's attention and sympathy. No longer willing to tolerate her manipulations, Jason threatened to report her actions to the priest and the school principal. But Sophia didn't back down. She countered by threatening to expose their forbidden relationship to everyone. Not long after, while Sophia was teaching, Rebecca suddenly interrupted her. Rebecca then ordered Sarah to return to class since her punishment was over. The bond between Jason and Sarah grew stronger, and they were often seen together, as if they were becoming a closer couple. This triggered jealousy and anger in Sophia. Sophia then devised a plan to get rid of Sarah. One night, she secretly entered the girls' dormitory and found Sarah taking a shower. In a fit of rage, Sophia attacked Sarah, leaving her badly injured. After that, she dropped a bar of soap on the floor and pretended that Sarah had slipped and had a terrible accident. When Zoe found Sarah lying there, she was shocked and immediately called the police and some other residents for help. Everyone concluded that Sarah's injuries were caused by a bathroom accident. The dorm residents gathered in the church to pray, and afterward, Jason approached Sophia, accusing her of being responsible for Sarah's death. However, even though the accusation was likely true, Laura remained calm and even angry. Sophia then threatened Jason with a video of them, warning him not to say anything about her wrongdoing. Over the weekend, Jason's parents came to pick up Jason and Zoe. Sophia intended to meet Jason while he was with his family. She asked Rebecca for permission to visit her sister in the hospital. Jason and Zoe were having dinner with their parents at a restaurant, when suddenly Sophia appeared in front of them, shocking them. Jason's parents greeted Sophia warmly and invited her to join them for dinner. Meanwhile, Rebecca called the hospital where Sophia's sister was supposedly being treated. However, the hospital found no record of a patient with the name Rebecca had mentioned. After dinner, Zoe asked Jason to tell her everything that had happened. Feeling awkward with Sophia's presence, Jason finally admitted that he had gotten close to the teacher and had been threatened with a recorded video. He also revealed his suspicions about Sophia's true identity. Determined to uncover the truth, Jason and Zoe decided to break into Sophia's room and check her computer. They eventually discovered that Sophia's real name was Laura Patterson. It turned out that Laura had intentionally sent her real sister, the original Sophia, to infiltrate Jason's school and gain access to him. Later, Laura got rid of Sophia and took her place as a nun at Jason's school to get closer to him. After that, Rebecca called Laura to her office, intending to expose all of Laura's lies and report her to the priest. However, just as Rebecca was about to open the door, Laura suddenly attacked her, causing Rebecca to fall unconscious. The incident was shocking, throwing everything into chaos. Meanwhile, Jason and Zoe decided to expose Laura's true identity. They headed to Rebecca's room, intending to tell her everything. After that, they went to the church to confront Laura. They told her that they knew who she really was, and that they were going to reveal everything to Rebecca. As tensions rose and Laura became enraged, she suddenly attacked Zoe, knocking her down, before aggressively going after Jason. However, Rebecca suddenly intervened and pulled Laura away. Taking advantage of the chaos, Jason quickly pulled a screwdriver from his pocket and used it to put an end to Laura. 7 months later, all the students successfully graduated, and everything returned to normal.